Hello, happy Sunday. I hope everybody's having an amazing day. And I just wanted to pop on and see what's going on out there in Facebook land, in the group, and on YouTube, and wherever this is now. I wanted to talk a little bit about shielding ourselves because it's been a reoccurring theme the last few days in my life. Not so much for me, but for those around me. And just understanding that we have the full power to protect ourselves. But we don't want to think of it as protection, because as we fear, we attract the things that we fear in, because we're placing intention and we're placing energy in those fears. So as you sit and you think about the things that you don't want in your life, you are actually going to attract more of that in. It's sort of a mind game that way. So focus on the things that you want in your life. And if it's high vibe relationships, if it's positive relationships, if it's great people around you, if it's good food, a lot of fun and joy, focus on those, not the things that you don't want. And when it comes to our energy, it's the same thing. Focus on what you want your energy to be, not what you don't want it to be. If you feel like you have attachments on you, even if you do, or like energetic like holes in your aura, or you feel like your aura is full of gunk, it could be, but don't focus on that. Focus on clearing it. Focus on being sovereign. Focus on your energy rising. Pull into your heart center. Breathing exercises are great, because what you can do is you can envision the green of your heart center and breathing into it and expanding that field, because that's where all of our magnetism comes from, is our heart center. Not our mind, not our root, but we do need all of the chakras to be working in tandem with each other, but it's the heart center. So as you breathe into that heart center, envision a huge auric field coming out around you and expanding in the room, just sending love out to everybody. If you're cutting cords, if you're thinking about cutting cords, make sure and send love after you cut those cords. And when you cut the cords out of you, make sure you fill the void that the cord left with love, with a green light or whatever light feels right to you. Pink is a really good light too, because it's a very loving color. So breathe that into those spots. Never leave the void there, because that'll just, it's like, say if you've pick something out of the garden and it leaves a hole, so it's going to leave a hole for more to go into it. So just make sure your energy, call back your energy many times a day if you're feeling a little scattered. So just, you have full power and full control over your energy. Yes, you might need a healing session once in a while from somebody else. We all do. We all need an energetic infusion from time to time, but you are in full control, and you have all the power that you need to fix things, to rewire the thinking patterns in your brain. The negative self-talk, just catch yourself when you're doing that, because that's all part of your, calling your energy back and protecting your aura and shielding yourself. And if you feel like you're absolutely frazzled, just call in for shielding. Archangel Michael's a great angel to work with. Just call him in to surround you with a cone of protection and command it. Just because when we ask, they're always there waiting for us, those angels and the guides. But we have free will. And I'll say this in so many of the videos that I post. We have free will. And unless we call them in, they're just sitting there. They might be laughing at us. They might be going, oh, I'm just waiting for her or him to call me in. But your mind is your power. Call it in. We are all magical beings. We are all capable of anything. Our energy and our shielding gets leached when we judge, when we fear, when we feel jealousy, when we feel any kind of lower vibrational guilt or shame. So when you feel those feelings in your body, really dig into them, because you can shield yourself a ton and you can protect your energy. But if you're feeling these feelings of shame and guilt and fear and hate and all these things and judgment, you're just giving all your energy, you're giving all your power away. It's what you are to your emotions, because really what you're doing, you're coming from a place of lack when you're doing that, because you're judging somebody else based on something in you that's missing. But as we pull into the self-love, it all comes full circle, all of these things. As we pull into the self-love and really start working on our hearts and our own self-love, we will realize that the reason we judged, or the reason we, hated or feared, was because of our lack of self-love and our lack of center. So just pull in. You're worth it. Like, you're worth it all, and you don't need anybody else to save you. You are more than capable, and you're whole and complete as you are, and you're right where you need to be, and you're amazing. So just remember that. Anyway, I'm going to pull a quick card. That was sort of like all over the place today. I'm a little scattered today. So I apologize if that wasn't like a straight line, but I felt it was so imperative to talk about this today. So many of us are going through this ascension process and we're feeling a little lost and disconnected, and just know that you're not. You can connect yourself back into source, and you can find like-minded community, whether it's online, in this community. And I'm so grateful to have you here, whether it's, having a friend that you can just text or have a FaceTime with, a date like that. So just know that you're connected, and you're connected to source. And it's okay to be alone, and it's okay to feel lonely, but just know it's an illusion, because you're not actually lonely. It comes from a place of lack and fear, and you are fine, and you're awesome just as you are. So I'm going to clear these cards, and we're going to ask Spirit, what is in our highest best good to know today? We need some guidance for this group today. And I'm going to be posting this on my YouTube as well. I welcome anybody. I have a full moon circle coming up on Thursday. If you're interested in that, up at the top of this page, there's an events link, and all the events are in there. I have an activation on Saturday, and I have my tapping into intuition course on Sunday. They're just 1 hour events, and they're very cost effective, and they're group Zoom events, and they are awesome. I've had amazing feedback, and it's great to come together. So if you're feeling disconnected, come and hit me up. If you have any questions, I'm always here to answer. But I'd love to see you at, the activation on Saturday is going to be great, because it's activating our heart center and grounding us, so we can bring in this 5D consciousness and this love feeling and these energies, and we can integrate them into our system, because so many of us are feeling like we're scattered still and we can't bring it in, and we're like, oh, how do I do this? But I have a guided activation meditation in that, and it's going to help to activate these parts of our mind and our being, and activate more DNA strands, and they are so powerful in the healing process. So I'd love to see you there. Full moon circle on Thursday. This Thursday is going to be great, because that's all about letting go and removing what's no longer serving us, and using the powers of the moon, because the moon cycles are so powerful. And then tapping into intuition is just what it sounds like. It's learning to decipher what's our ego and fear versus what's intuition, because that was one of my biggest hurdles when I started my ascension and I started my healing, was knowing to trust what was my intuition and what was my fear talking. And so I want to be able to teach people that, and how to tune into it and understand the difference and decipher and be discerning. Discernment is the key. So yes, back to my cards. I'm talking a lot. And if you're watching this on YouTube, there'll be a link below for my Facebook group, so feel free to come and join in, and there'll be a link for my events as well. So I welcome anybody who's interested. Like I said, hit me up, send me a message, and I'm always happy to have new faces there. We've had such amazing faces from all over the world come to these, and I love how these mediums bring us together, this online medium. So there, right there, those two cards, did you see those pop out? So the first one is the third eye chakra, which intuition. It's exactly what I was talking about. So it says, it is safe to see the energy of love in all of its forms, as angels, auras, and visions. So just open up and ground that energy in and flow with it, because we are all intuitive beings, and we all have, this deep innate knowledge and wisdom to share. I think a lot of us we block it. We get in our own way because we fear our own power. And it's okay. It's okay to tap into your power, because you are powerful, and you're as powerful as anybody else. Oh, and this one is the Ascended Masters card. I work with a lot of Ascended Masters, especially in my guided meditations in my groups and my healing circles. And I just love them, and I connect with many, many of them. So it says, powerful, loving, and wise spiritual teachers are watching over and guiding you. So call them in. This card just totally validates. Call these people in, these beings of light. They are there to be with you and to help you. Anyway, I love you. I love you all. I'm sending you all a virtual hug. And anytime you're watching this, these cards are relevant for that moment, because you've come to this video for a reason. So I love you. I thank you all for the love, being a part of my group. I ask if anybody feels drawn to check out my YouTube channel and subscribe to it, because that helps get the algorithms up and helps me show up in feeds so I can spread more love and we can spread more light and a little less hate, a little more love out there, because that's what life's all about. Love and joy. Anyway, I love you. Have a wonderful day. And I will see some of you on Thursday, some of you on Saturday, and some of you on Sunday.